Hello everybody. Imagine what would you be doing 10 years from now in the corporate world. You are definitely not doing some kind of Excel calculations, or you are not writing JavaScript codes, or you are not doing some analysis that your manager has asked you to do, right? You might be actually telling your teammates what to do. At the same time, you might be telling your manager that, hey, I need 3 more members in my team to get this particular task done, right? And your teammates might ask you, hey, Pavan, why should I write this code? Why should I do this analysis? The similar way, your manager might come and ask you, hey Pavan, why should you need 2 more team members? Can't you get the work done with the same set of people? Your ability to answer that question, why, will determine how fast you can grow in your career. I'm not kidding, guys. This is the only question that you need to think about. Why? Why do you ask your teammates to do something? And why are you telling your manager what they should be doing? And this is precisely called as providing a business rationale for your ask, right? You're asking somebody to do something and you need to provide them a business rationale. I worked for 8+ years in the consulting world, one of the top consulting firms, and I worked with close to 20-25 senior executives, and all the time they keep asking you this particular question, right? I'm about to take this decision. Why should I take this decision, right? What is the outcome if I go ahead and continue with this decision, right? If you are in a position to give that business rationale, as I said already, you will be in a very good path in your career. Now, the question that you should be asking is, how will somebody give business rationale, right? There are 2 ways. Number 1 is you can say, hey, I'm Elon Musk. I know what I'm doing. So please don't ask me any reasons. I'm telling you to write this code. Please write this code. Done. I'm telling you, manager, please give me 4 members. You give me 4 numbers. Don't ask me why, right? You say, hey, I'm Ahmedabad. I'm from INSEAD. I'm from ABC College. I got 99.999 percentile in CAT. So I tell you, you do it. That is one way of asking somebody to do something. That's not business rationale. That's basically more about you, your personality. And nobody will accept these kind of decisions. Nobody will accept these kind of rationale. The second way is helping others understand why you are saying something through numbers. Yes. For example, you want to go to a movie and your boyfriend, girlfriend is not interested. You will say, hey, look, almost everybody gave a rating of 3 to 3.5 or 3 to 4. Or you might say, hey, it collected 100 crores in less than 10 days. Now, what are you telling? Without even you knowing, you are actually using numbers to convince your girlfriend or boyfriend. Similarly, you need to use numbers effectively to convince your manager or convince your teammates. How can you do that? Let's take a simple example, right? If you are working at Foxconn or if you are working at Apple. Now, we are hearing from a lot of news sources, right, in the past few days that Apple iPhone 14 Pro, you need to wait close to 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get an iPhone Pro right now, right? iPhone 14 Pro right now. Now, that is unprecedented. Like, you never had to wait for so long to get an iPhone, right? If you're an Apple executive, you are worried. What's happening with Foxconn? Why is Foxconn not able to build iPhones and get into the market quickly? And if you're a Foxconn executive as well, you are worried. If you're a Foxconn executive, then you might be doing 2 things, right? You go to your manager, senior manager, and say that, hey, we are facing a lot of crisis situations in China because of zero tolerance with respect to the COVID policy. Why don't we go open a factory in India? And the manager might ask, hey, why do you say so? Now, you can come up with a business rationale which includes numbers, right? You can say that, hey, by the way, currently we are paying $5 per employee, $5 per hour per employee. So that's $40 per day if they are working for 8 hours. So $40 per day, 20 days a month. So we are roughly looking at $800, right? Per employee per day. If you go do that in India, $800 is roughly 65,000 rupees. So 65,000 rupees you pay, probably you can hire 2 people. That's the logic that the Foxconn executive might give to their leadership, right? So there is a reduction in cost. So the ultimate thing that you need to realize is you are using numbers to convince your senior leadership if you are a Foxconn guy. If you are an Apple guy, you will say, hey, we have 85% of the iPhone Pros being manufactured at Foxconn. That's very, very, very risky. Why? There is something called as supplier diversification. We cannot put all our eggs in one basket. We can't make all our iPhones through one supplier. So we need to diversify. And in that logic as well, you are using numbers, right? So you understand the point that, hey, using numbers to justify your decisions is something which we do on a daily basis. But over here as well, on the business side of things, we continue doing it. Now, how can you develop this skill, right? How much ever we want, not every day we can get to these kind of data points. If we don't have data, what do? We will go ahead and build guesstimates, right? I'm giving you a link to a video over here where I solved a few guesstimates, and you'll understand how to build and develop these kind of guesstimates. Now, not every time you have the data, and even if you have the data, you can't trust that data all the time. So you need to know how to solve these guesstimates. Okay. The second way is I'm giving you the link to the program at Blue Chapter that I particularly run. And the whole objective of the program is to help you develop that, hey, how do you give business rationale to your clients? We run an international strategy project, and that strategy project primarily involves giving recommendations to the client. And the recommendations are basically coming from why the client should be doing that. And that why comes from numbers. It could be guesstimate, it could be market numbers, so on and so forth. You'll be surprised, we have teammates, cohort members with 20-25 years work experience, and also coming from 11th standard, 12th standard, and all of them struggle with the same thing, that is the why. Because nobody is used to thinking along this way in their education or even in your work life. But ultimately, when you step up to that executive role, this is what you would be doing. I hope I'm able to communicate the importance of this point, how to integrate data into your decision making steps. Again, please do understand that your growth, career growth, is only dependent on your ability to answer that why question. Hope you like this video. If you do, please press on the like button, and also let me know in the comments box what are some of the takeaways for you from this video. Take care, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.